For me personally, I'm a firm believer that as soon as you think you know everything in an area, you might as well go ahead and just pack it up. And I've seen a lot of executives be successful and then think, hey, I've kind of mastered this one area I know best. And that's that's the biggest mistake I think you can make as an executive and an entrepreneur. So everything that I do, I come to it with I'm learning with you, for the company perspective. Perhaps I've got some experiences that we both can use, and that will be helpful. But it is as much of a learning experience for me as it is them. I think when you can get more of a one-on-one relationship with an entrepreneur, I think that's best. So if you can, I think building a relationship where you don't have to sit down for an hour and fill somebody in on what's been going on for the last 6 months, that can be challenging, and it really, I think, limits your ability to mentor. So keeping that sort of constant communication, even when it feels more like a chore, I think when you really do need some advice, then that is going to have really pay off in great dividends. I will tell you, because at Transparency Health, we have two companies that we are two startups that we're trying to grow. One is probably a sort of more mid-level startup that's established with about 50 clients. And then I've got one that has some paying clients, but not making money, right? So, right. And kind of going through COVID, I cannot stress the importance of planning doomsday scenarios. So knowing exactly what it costs you to maintain the contracts that you have out there, and being able to non-emotionally put a plan together that would say, should we need to cut back and go towards a maintenance exercise for whatever reason, I can non-emotionally determine exactly who and what I need. That's a tough question. Chattanooga, there's a lot going on here. So I'm not an original Chattanoogan myself either. I moved here post-college for a startup and have planted myself here and it's home. One thing I'm very excited about is the Smart City Alliance. So I'm really excited that we were selected as one of the two cities to focus on this, because healthcare access and equity around healthcare is really important to me, and many people in Chattanooga. But with that, I think the Smart City Alliance, we've proven in Chattanooga that we're very tech savvy and we're innovative, and we've got a really strong technology infrastructure, right? We know that we can get that here in Chattanooga, and we've got that. What I still think is missing and a gap is Chattanooga's appetite for investing. So I still find it tough to find local investment in Chattanooga, especially when you start branching out into more innovative solutions, things that may have a longer tail for any type of gains, if you will, on the capital front. I think with the smart city and the innovation that we're talking about, some of these things are going to be quite innovative and future looking. And so I'm curious how we're going to be able to bridge that gap and bring some investments here to Chattanooga. But I am excited about, the fact that we were selected, and I think that means we're going to focus. Chattanooga, in my opinion, we have some challenges. We have pockets of things going on, and I find that it's really hard to get one kind of cohesive movement towards the same goals in Chattanooga. It seems to me like I've worked in a larger company here, and I've worked in the smaller startups, and there seems to be a gap in like executives that run more established companies in Chattanooga from kind of the startup world. I do think that the CO.LAB has been doing a really good job over the last few years at bringing that together. I have seen that happen, but I would like to see more. One thing I think is a challenge in Chattanooga, if you're a startup, I would like to see more commitments from our established companies to partner with the startups. And I know you guys are working really hard on that at CO.LAB. excited to see what we do as a community post-COVID, because for one thing, because I'm a healthcare person, I believe that we are embarking on what will be the most exciting, innovative period for healthcare ever. We are forced now to face all of the problems that we have. Some we've created, some we've ignored. So I personally am so excited to be in healthcare technology, and I do think that Chattanooga is primed. We're right here in the right spot to also participate in that fund. So I'm really excited about that. And then again, just to see what we do as a community to help entrepreneurs post-pandemic. We're all going to come out of this, and we've all been soul searching, so do I really belong working 9 to 5 at a large corporation, or have I had this itch that I want to scratch and maybe I want to get out and start my own business? So I think there's going to be a lot of change, both personally and professionally in our community. So I'd like to see, it's going to be exciting to see what we do.